short of exciting. This has been a good one from Hialeah Speedway in Hialeah, Florida. The battle's up front for the lead, and the two guys get together. Larry Raines gets pushed way up the racetrack and took Rajero with him. And in front is Mario Gosselin in car number 10.
Well, it looked to me like that Larry Raines did drift up the racetrack, but as Larry Rajero went to go by him, he went up the racetrack with him. It was like they made contact, and Larry Raines is off the pace a lot right now.
Mario Gosselin in the right place at the right time in the Budweiser Chevrolet, car number 10, caution on the speedway. A spin in turn number 1. And when you saw both of the leaders slide up the racetrack, now a spin in turn number 1, there might be a possibility we could have some fluid on the speedway. We've seen a lot of radiators overheating and a lot of drivers having problems from earlier crashes causing the cars to overheat, so we might have some liquid out on the speedway.
My personal opinion is a tire going down.
I don't know. I mean, what was about 7 laps there to go, and the two Larrys one of them was wanting to win, and they both got together with each other and slid up, and that let Mario Gosselin go for the lead.
Let's take a look at the replay and see what happened out on the speedway. And there was the battle we were talking about, Daryl Shelnut and Ronnie Sanders, and behind them, the number 24 automobile spinning of Steve Weaver. He'll collect the 116 of Gary McCoy. So Steve Lamb just getting to the outside. So one of those deals that we were talking about, they get all bunched up bumper to bumper, and sometimes the guy in the tail end gets the worst end of the deal.
Yeah, it does. I mean, like those guys that come in there, they didn't see what was happening, and all the smoke was going up, so and the guy spun, so really the guy behind him had nowhere to go.
So we are past the 90 lap mark. There are 91 laps in the books, so the laps under caution do not count as the last 10 laps are run under green. And Mario Gosselin in the right place at the right time. He was right up there with them and was able to get the inside line coming off the 4th turn, and he must have thought that Christmas came early this year.
Well, that's what it takes to win a championship. You've got to have some luck involved to be able to run week in and week out for the points that they run for. So he got a break and he took advantage of it. Like we said, he was sitting back waiting, and when it came time to stick his nose in there, he got it where it needed to be.
I know one thing, if I was a race car driver, I don't think I would want to be out there wrestling with Larry Rajero at his home racetrack, and we've got the replay of the pass for the lead, and we'll show you what we're talking about here. Let's take a look at the replay. And Larry Rajero, he looks like he got the inside, but not by much. Rubbed a little bit up there. Raines got out of the groove. And there you see Gosselin on the inside. Rajero recovering to take over that 2nd spot. And Steve Christian has moved up into 3rd. 4th will be John Crow. Randy Fox moves back up to 5th. And Jody Ridley in the 6th spot.
Jody's come a long way. I think he started 20th on this field.
Well, he started back in the 19th spot, so Jody Ridley, the crafty veteran he is, working his way up through the field. Green flags out with 9 laps to go, and Mario Gosselin looks like he's going to try to check out on Larry Rajero in car number 17.
Well, as Bobby Gill alluded to earlier, it seemed like that Larry Raines was holding the field up. Now Mario's in the front, and it looks like he's going to try to check out on him.
I tell you, Mario has had one bad luck this year. In the last 7 races, he has finished in the top 3 and won the last race. And when your luck's going that good, it can't get no worse.
Mario Gosselin brings the Budweiser Chevrolet off the 4th turn, and everything, like Bobby Gill said, has been going his way as he races into the front straightaway, and Jimmy Cope heads for pit road in the Miller Genuine Draft Chevrolet, car number 15. He's been in and out of the pit area all night after an earlier tangle with the 4 car of Randy Fox. And a good battle going on for the 3rd spot is Mario Gosselin out in front, Larry Rajero comfortably in 2nd. And it looks like the battle down to the checkered flag will be for the 3rd spot between Steve Christian and John Crow, a pair of rookies.
The 2 rookies that are battling, and we talked so much about Christian really coming on late in the season. This whole night, this whole race pretty well folded out like we thought it would until Mario got in the lead. It's an exciting race, even though you don't see a whole lot of lead changes, because everybody's on the edge of their seat the whole night.
Caution flag out on the speedway. Car number 24 has spun in turn number 1, and that will be the 24 car. Hamke, who is very familiar with this speedway.
Now this is where Robert Hamke got his start before moving to the Carolinas. He's picked a good young driver to drive in his stable, so we'll just have to wait to see how well John Crow does in his last 5 laps.
Green flag is out. 95 laps in the books, 5 to go. And once again, Mario Gosselin opens up a big lead down the back straightaway over Larry Rajero in the 2nd spot. And it looks like Mario Gosselin's got him covered. But behind, we've got battles for position all over the racetrack, Mark.
Yes, we have, and that's typical of this speedway.
We have got 96 laps in the books. Mario Gosselin out in front. We got 4 laps to go, and Larry Rajero in the 2nd spot, Steve Christian in the 3rd spot. John Crow in 4th, Randy Fox rides in 5th with Jody Ridley in 6th. There you see Fox and Ridley battling for that 5th position as the field getting the 2 to go signal from starter Tony Boswell. Mario Gosselin, car number 10, out in front. As Mario Gosselin comes home to take the checkered flag to the RC Cola 100 for the Hooters Cup late models. Larry Rajero will finish 2nd. Steve Christian will be in the 3rd spot. 4th is the 38 car of John Crow and Randy Fox. Rounds out the top 5, and Mark Bishardi, what a wild one.
No, we did, and it was exciting seeing those passes for the lead. Larry Rajero did an excellent job all night long, and so did Larry Raines. Steve Christians, who I'm impressed with the run he had tonight, just a great night.
It looked like that it might be a long night for Mario Gosselin because he was involved on the first start that we had tonight. He was involved in a spin in turn number 1, slid down in the grass, and unlike a lot of the other drivers that slid down in that grass and had problems with overheating and suspension problems, Mario Gosselin dodged the bullet. Once again, they had a complete restart, so he got his starting spot back.
He's been prepared week in and week out. He's been right there where he needed to be. The car's been prepared. He's been prepared mentally. And luck's just been his way. When luck is there, you got to be prepared to take it, and he's done it.
Bobby Gill, with the luck that you've had during this season, I think maybe you need to go down and have a chat with Mario Gosselin and find out what the secret is.
I'll tell you the secret. I mean, sometimes you make your own luck. And Mario, he's finished in the top 3 the last, 7 races. He's been there. He's had one bad wreck. And when luck's your way, you know it's your way. And, congratulate Mario on his win. And
just wish it was you, right?
Yeah, really.
Well, Bobby, we hope that things are going to turn around for you. I know that we do have 2 more races coming up. They're longer distance races that you have a lot of experience with. 250 laps, $20,000 to win at Lakeland, Florida, USA International Speedway, 3/4 mile track coming up in 2 weeks on November the 18th. And then we'll close out the season on December 3rd at a race that you're a former winner of, the Snowball Derby in Five Flags Speedway in Pensacola, Florida. What is it this year, 328 laps?
Yeah, it is. Maybe we go down and win that snowball and capped the year off good for us. And
started off good.
Yeah, we did. We won the first race of the Hooters race this year, and just went to Pensacola for the mid-season. We won that one, and you just got to have some luck.
Well, Bobby Gill, we appreciate you joining us, and Bobby Brack, we appreciate your insight as well.
Thank you.
Here at Hialeah Speedway, another Hialeah race, a lot of sheet metal out there, and I sure would like to have that sheet metal concession at the racetrack.
It would be a good one to have for sure. I'd like to say that probably, Mario drove a very smart race. He saw the trouble in front of him, and probably that was part of his upbringing here. He started driving here also, and he started in the street stock division, and the boy's really come a long way. I think he's going to go a lot farther also.
Mario Gosselin climbing out of the Budweiser Chevrolet, a very happy young driver, and won the USA Championship last year here in Florida, and this is, I believe, his third win this year for Mario Gosselin, on top of the point standings. And with Mike Garvey having trouble and Dick Anderson not here, it's going to be a tough row to hoe for those guys in the final 2 races with Mario doing as well as he has been doing.
He has, and you can't really expect him to falter in the next 2 races because the other 2 races he won were 200 lappers, so he's won 200 lappers and 100 lappers. He's going to have some tough competition when we go back to Lakeland, though, because there'll be a lot of the northern guys come down. They're really looking forward to that racetrack, and the best in the world show up at the Snowball.
They certainly do. And Mario Gosselin getting the sip of champagne down there. He's getting good at that, too. $5,000 to win, and I believe Doug Rice is standing by down in Victory Lane. Let's see if Doug's ready to go.
For the third time this season, Mario Gosselin has found his way to Victory Lane on the Hooters Late Model Cup Series, and he's smiling right now, and he should be. He's just being presented a winner's check for $5,000, and he's got a huge trophy tucked under his right arm, and we're going to come and try to get in here and chat with Mario for just a minute as he picks up his trophy here. Third victory of the 1995 campaign, and Mario, I know you had to be pretty tickled when you saw those two Larrys get together up there, and all of a sudden it was like the Red Sea. It just opened up in front of you, and there it was.
Well, you know, I mean, we were in position to win. I couldn't see it happening, and all of a sudden it all just unfolded, and we ended up in the lead. I mean, we'd been riding all night. We had a real good car. I told the guys, hey, we got a perfect car, but I'm just going to ride, you know. We were in a good position, just sitting there riding around, and they got together, and we got out front.
Now, earlier this season, there was a string of races where Mario had to settle for the bridesmaid position. 3 straight times. He was the runner-up, and maybe he deserved to win 1 or maybe 2 of those events. And tonight, maybe he was going to finish 3rd, but then, you know, every now and then you bite the bulldog, don't you?
Well, I tell you what, the first half of the season was really rough for us, but the second half's been fantastic. It couldn't be any better. Everything's been working great for us. The crew, the series, Budweiser, Ford City, Penske, automotive specialists, just everybody's doing a great job.
Now, Mario, this has to be a great feat for you as far as the championship hunt's concerned. You didn't do anything but help yourself tonight.
Well, you know, it's not over till it's over, but we sure helped our position out pretty good.
Well, it may not be over till it's over, or it may not be over till the fat lady sings. She's not here, but she's across the street warming up right now. That's going to wrap it up from Victory Lane. Let's go back up to Roby and Mark.
Thank you very much, Doug Rice and Mark Bishardi, as we were talking with Bobby Gill and Bobby Brack before we went down to Victory Lane. 2 races left on the Hooters Cup Tour in 2 weeks on Saturday night, November the 18th, 250 laps at USA International Speedway. $20,000 to win as we see the traffic file out of Hialeah Speedway after the RC Cola 100. And then after that on Saturday night, or on Sunday afternoon, I believe, December the 3rd, we've got the Snowball Derby, 328 laps this year as they keep increasing the laps. It's the 28th annual Snowball Derby, sanctioned by the United Speed Alliance and the Hooters Cup this year. We're looking at pit stop races, and we've been talking about the championship, and a lot of these guys have pit crews that are very experienced in making the pit stops, but then we have other drivers that aren't used to doing that sort of thing.
It's a learning curve for a lot of the guys like Steve Christian and a few of those who don't have crews that are used to changing tires. Mario has a pretty good crew. They've proved they can get in and out of the pits with the best of them so far this year. So the thing about the next 2 races is they're going to see a lot of competition coming down from the north because it's unusual for a late model race to run for $20,000. And also in the mix is the ASA AC Delco Challenge Series opens their season at Lakeland next year. They're closed down up north. They're going to be coming down to check out this new racetrack that they're going to be starting out next year.
I'm looking forward to it. We're going to take a quick break and be back with more from Hialeah Speedway in Hialeah, Florida, where we have just completed the RC Cola 100 for the Hooters Cup Late Models. We've heard from Mario Gosselin. We'll hear from 2nd place and 3rd place when we come back, so stay with us.